Hello, James Sharman once again alongside Craig Forrest. This World Cup might be the best World Cup so far. It's still somewhat early perhaps, but man, the drama and the games, something really special. Today we have Brazil, Mexico, but before that we have Belgium, Japan from Rostov. One of the all-time classics, I think it's fair to say. 0-0 entering the second half. Early second half, it's a new-looking Japan. Genki Haraguchi finds the angle, beats Thibaut Courtois. It's 1-0 Japan, the first Japanese player to ever score a knockout stage goal. 3 minutes after that, more Japan. Takushi Inui outside the box, great finish. Japan with their third two-goal lead in World Cup history. In control, however, back come Belgium. Look at Jan Vertonghen, a looping header over perhaps the slow-footed goalkeeper and in. Belgium back in it. It's 2-1. 74th minute now. More Belgium. They are scrapping. Eden Hazard twisting and turning, sending it to the box where the sub, Marouane Fellaini. Yeah, Marouane Fellaini, of all players. 2-2. Now, the final 40 seconds of added time. Japan from the corner. Craig Forrest was just screaming, play it short. They didn't, Craig.
I know, and if you play it into the box, make sure you don't play it to the goalkeeper, because this was what's going to happen. It went end to end in a brilliant counter-attacking style. Really, really well played. World class in 12 seconds. From where a point of view where the Japanese thought they had a chance of winning on a corner to losing, and just seconds later, crushing for the Japanese, and for Belgium, they can sigh a lot of relief after that performance.
It was incredible. What a finish. I mean, if you are Japan, even as we speak, they must be sitting there, wherever they are, going, what happened?
Yeah.
We had this game. We were controlling this game,
yeah,
and then something happened, and maybe a brain fog late in the match cost them, but even before then, they let Belgium get back into it.
Yeah, they did. I thought that, the Japanese tactical awareness was excellent. Their effort, their closing down, how they set their team up. I mean, Martinez, the Belgian manager, talked a lot about that after the game. They were excellent. It's the small details when you're in tournament football, you're playing a one-off game, tired minds. That ball doesn't need to be delivered in. Yeah, they're thinking we can nick it at the end of the game as opposed to having a counter, but play it short, even try to move it into the box, get to extra time, but don't leave yourself open for a classic counter, because Belgium spotted that right out of the gate. As soon as Courtois got the ball in his hands, they were off to the races on the front foot, and well done to them. And they showed some character as well, tested their character in a big way. 23 games unbeaten now for Belgium, showing their depth as well with Fellaini and Chadley, both those players coming on as substitutes and scoring. So this World Cup's crazy. It's open, and I have to credit Japan and Martinez, the manager of Belgium, for giving us a style of play that's very enjoyable for the neutrals to watch.
But that being said, obviously great resilience and character, but at the same time, a lot of question marks for Belgium. And if you're Brazil waiting for Belgium in the next round, you may not be too concerned.
No, if you're forward players for Brazil, and we know how good they can be, and the whole stack of talented players that they are, and getting at Belgium the way that they play and how open that they can play at times. And I just said Martinez, great for the neutral, but also for a side that needs to be tight at the back against a lot of moving parts of Brazil, they need to be a lot better defensively.
So, speaking of Brazil, they obviously won up against Mexico today, and another really impressive performance from the Samba boys, looking to advance their 7th straight quarterfinals. 51st minute, will be Neymar beginning this play right here, back door to Willian, who breaks down low, sends it across the back post where a sliding Neymar scores, and it's 1-0 Brazil.
It was a great setup. Willian was superb, man of the match in this match. He was always lively. Neymar has scored 2 goals in the World Cup, all from a total yardage of about 4. But he has to be in the right spot at the right time, and he certainly was that. Brazil were on fire.
227 goals in the World Cup for Brazil. That's #1 now. 88th minute now. Neymar shot deflects off Ochoa. There's Bobby Firmino, empty goal. That's his first World Cup marker. 2-0 is how it ends. Mexico eliminated at the round of 16 for the 7th straight year. Incredible.
It really is.
But this Brazil team, they've got better each game, it seems. Started pretty slowly, of course, dropping points in the group phase. But, boy, that was a composed and balanced effort.
Yeah, once they get to the knockout stage, they do seem to get better and better, don't they? They're one of the favorites, certainly, in this tournament. The favorites coming in. And now with some of the other bigger teams out, and with Belgium next, Brazil are licking their chops at the moment with the possibilities of going all the way. They certainly have the talent to do so as well. They ooze with talent and depth. Firmino, again, comes on, and he plays a part part there. Neymar was lively. William was excellent. That's the best performance I've seen him ever in a Brazil shirt, and he's had several, although in this tournament he's been slow getting going. So they're getting going at the right time, Brazil, and really dispatched a very lively Mexico team that did very well in some parts of this, and it's just crushing that they just can't get past that 16. And they've gone up to some really good teams in the past, however, but it's disappointing for a country like Mexico, and football being as big as it is, they should be taking that next step.
Maybe they peaked too soon in tournaments because they were so good beating Germany, and then since there's been a slowly decline there in this tournament. I think we need a conversation, people, about Neymar. He's wonderful. He's such a great talent. But then there's the dark side to Neymar, and we saw it again today, the embellishment, the cheating, the lying. I understand he comes from a different footballing culture, but again today, it's an embarrassment for the sport, isn't it?
It is, and it's true. He's so talented, and I love the way what he brings and what the Brazilians bring to this. But it has been a long history with Brazilians and other players too. But even going back to Rivaldo in 2002 and the antics, and yeah, he was stomped on here, but there's very little pressure, and his reaction is just
it's laughable, isn't it?
It is, and he doesn't need to do it. Like I said, talent, most expensive player in the world, superstar. They don't need to do this. Any of these Brazilian guys, it just seems to be ingrained in their culture in football.
The officials see that. Do they just roll their eyes saying, "Oh, he's doing it again"? And perhaps if he didn't do that, they might get the calls they want.
Yes.
It wasn't a stamp, but it was at least a yellow card. It should have been for putting his boots on the ankle.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about VAR, and I really enjoyed that side of it, and I think it's going to play a part forever and ever, and I think it's been a huge success for the most part. But what they don't do is the embellishment side of the game. And all you have to do is book a few people, suspend people over the embellishment, the over-the-top roles and for feigning injury. That needs to be clamped down on. And they could do that very simply. And if they do, it's going to clean that stuff up really, really quickly. And I believe that FIFA, with this VAR, has done some really good things. I think they'll eventually get there. I think next time World Cup, that might be something that they talk about. Let's hope so.
I've known you for about 20 years or so, and we've been discussing this for about 20 years or so, I think. So
that's true. But VAR, we didn't know VAR would come in, and
good point.
Made some big changes. So
there's hope on the horizon. All right, July 6th, Brazil against Belgium. It should be very good.